sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. Ready to get us started, Rodrigo Blankenship. And we are underway from Indianapolis. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, these two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. From the 30 on second down. Love finds his man. It's John Mechie. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Off the play fake, Love. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Bobby Okereke gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
Love's throw completed to Mechie. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've got a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the Colts are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackled by Jonathan Grenard. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
On On third down, Ryan. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Colts at 11-5 on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 27-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. First and 10 at the 27-yard line. First and 10, Taylor now. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Ryan to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. Well, throw for Pittman is intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now Love. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB2, let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Love with it here, 3rd and short yardage. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. No score after one on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. And a dangerous throw there. Nearly intercepted on the sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now an option play on 2nd down. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice game.
I like that he knew that was about all he was going to get, so he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kttn Fairbairn comes on. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up a bit, a little bit, didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan gets this one to use check. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers. But the only guys can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. It brings up 2nd and 2 at the 26.
2nd and 2. Here's Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
A throw for Pittman is intercepted. There he goes, right side, past the 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm, and right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davies. They got 29 yards that time.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner.
And yet again, Ryan is intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. Rodgers on the return. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And some room to roam now. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Meanwhile, Ryan's throw hauled in by QT here. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Christian Harris. And the Texans are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before. And right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Love. Finding Knox there, complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Love now to pass on first down. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Ready.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Love. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Going back to Love. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Ryan. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with second down coming up.
I really don't know where to go with this one. He caught the pass, but in the opposite direction towards his own end zone. That's not one you get every game.
And Ryan's throw into the hands of Pittman here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 21 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now a pass, and it's complete to Kttn. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 15-yard line.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Back to Taylor on first down. And the tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This is caught. Touchdown! Michael Pittman, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts have cut it back within a score. Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Love. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw now, here's Love. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Well, nursing such a small lead, you thought he'd take better care of the football after his last drive. Now for the 2nd straight possession, he's put all the pressure right back on his defense. They need to take a stand and hold that lead.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And my goodness, another interception. And the Texans are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown. And this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Off the play fake, Love. Out to his left. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Love. Over the middle, that's caught by Mechie. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Again, it's Love. Throw complete right side to Colts. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Jordan Love ready on first down here. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as well.
Here we go.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Love. Open man there is Collins, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
This will be caught at about the 6. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Jordan Love, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Texans have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 17-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. This is Taylor. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Right side complete. That's Woods. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield, and if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
21.
On third down, Ryan. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
And here comes the end around as Ryan will just leave this for his wideout. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Plenty of scoring here of late when our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here. And they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. That play was all Bobby Okereke as he got there and dragged him down for the loss.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
1st down, love to pass. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 44, Love. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. Caught left side by Mechie. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? You're able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing. Love. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers and quickly.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Taylor. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Blankenship's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize. Put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
25 yards that time. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here we go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Right side, complete to Mechie. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Ready, set.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Now Love. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Yeah, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed